Now, it's your favorite hour. It's the time where we talk about the topic for the day, and by that, we're referring to eradicating hunger.
Yes, we're talking about eradicating hunger, and then we have our guests in the studio already in person of Michael Sumbola, the CEO stroke founder, Lagos Food Bank Initiative. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thanks for having me.
We want to talk a whole lot about hunger. We see that the second Sustainable Development Goal is zero hunger.
Yes.
So the first question we have for you today is, please, can you tell us what is the reality of hunger in Nigeria and outside in the world?
The first question is, how realistic is the goal to eradicate hunger by 2030?
Yes.
And, a lot of people are saying that this is ambitious. Looking at the statistics of those that are really still hungry in the world, and some other places, Yemen and several other places that have been ravaged by war,
Yes.
even in Nigeria,
Yes.
the Northeast and all that. And putting all these figures together, even in other developed climes as well, people still face food insecurity and hunger,
Yes.
and they are saying, how realistic is this? Is 2030 not too close? Like it appears like it's too ambitious, and some are beginning to even take the vision further to 2050, looking at the reality that 2030 might seem a bit too unrealistic.
What other elaborate steps, and aside from the Lagos Food Bank,
Okay.
so what other elaborate steps would you say have been taken so far by both authorities and maybe individuals like you and I to actually help the goal of eradicating hunger by 2030?
Okay. First, I'll start from the part of the authority.
Okay.
I usually don't like to speak for the government, but I know that the current administration, one of their goals is to, at least first of all, help school children with school meals.
Okay.
And that has been going a bit, has been going fine, and they are extending their reach to cover other states as it starts from there.
Okay.
And in terms of agriculture as well, the government also, at least this current administration, has done quite, enough to improve investment in agriculture and encourage more young people to be part of agriculture and more businesses too. So it all, starts from there. And we can see, I don't know how true it is, but we read it on the pages of the newspaper that, the importation of rice and that we are equally exporting as well. So it's to that extent, I think, from the part of the authority, that is quite impressive.
A good step.
I can still say that there's a limit to what we can do as individuals, but we just for us to still care more about our neighbors and be part of, start a food drive. Individuals in other climes start food drives, gather food, meet their friends and families. Let's put, let's get food from friends and put it together, then take it to the nearest. Just imagine every single person
doing
this.
It will make a huge difference.
It will make, so just for us to come out of ourselves and think of something much bigger than we are, and say that, see, in this week, I want to ensure that I put a smile on someone's face and feed someone and make someone. So just people being conscious of that often and often like that, then you realize that it will
make a difference.
It will make a difference.
Okay, now let me take you on agriculture. I know that the government has been doing things, to help out in the agricultural sector, but I know that there's still more that can be done, because I feel that to an extent we are still focusing on our oil and gas and the likes, and I feel that we need to tap more into the agricultural sector if we truly want to achieve that eradicating hunger in 2030, that zero hunger in 2030. So what more do you think can be done, especially in the agricultural sector? Because only as much as in as much as the government is encouraging young people, to go into agriculture and tap into our agricultural sector, we are still lagging in a way or two. So what more do you think can be done?
And to add to that question, do you think it's actually possible for agriculture to play a major role in actually eradicating hunger?
I will take it from where you stopped.
Okay.
The agriculture is still the bedrock. A country should still be able to feed itself. A country should be able to feed its teeming population. I could remember I read something about the fact that the Chinese people, because their land mass is not, in fact, what they produce cannot feed their people. So they had to start going to other countries to start agriculture in order for them to, because they are just being proactive and think like, okay, what we have is might not be enough. Our land mass, agriculture, this thing might not be enough to feed over 1 billion people that we are. Then they are being proactive. So in Nigeria as well, the attention has been taken off agriculture over time, but like I said, the attention is now coming back gradually, and farmers are getting loans, and even the risk level has also been reduced, and for them as well, this thing is farm is being insured and things like that to encourage them. And the fact that if you are going into agriculture and you are doing businesses that is prone to agriculture, there is this level of encouragement you still get to increase or grow the business. Yes. So that I can say for sure that the government is doing a lot in that regard for now, but we can still do more. More can still be done. The aspect also that can help take people out of poverty. My colleague is coming to also talk about that, is the nutrition. Because children develop between the age of, the brain develop between the age of 0 to 5. And at that point, if a child is not well nourished, the capacity of the brain cannot do much, even when the person is grown. So you see some people still struggle to maintain a business or do something. The damage has been done from.
Is it irreparable?
So, yes, that most of the time, because in fact, study shows that they are not even useful to the economy, because the brain was not fully developed at the time it was supposed to with nutritious food. And they've seen that to take Africa out of poverty, nutrition must be addressed, and it starts from pregnancy.
We told you that when we come back, we'll have our second guest in the studio. And yes, we have a beautiful guest in the studio. And her name is Adeduni Oyekomi. And she's the team lead of the Lagos Food Bank Initiative, the medical unit. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you. When we tell those people, you need to eat well, the first thing you will hear is, I don't have money. How do you want me to eat well?
Yes.
Then we tell them, okay, you don't have money, but you have 20 naira to buy puff-puff. Instead of buying puff-puff, why not buy orange? We take it from there. We let them understand the importance of them eating healthy. It's not just about you saying, I don't have money, I don't have money, I don't have money. Because that is like the problem we hear every time. And I'm like, I'm not here to tell you how to make money. I'm not here to give you money. I just want you to know the importance of eating well. Especially the under 5s. They are the major problems. Because it's bad enough that they don't have up to 3 square meals a day. The little one that they can afford to eat, you see them eating all sort of things. And that's because they don't even know. They don't know that these things they are eating is not healthy for them. Even the adults too, it's not easy, truth to be told. We tell you every time, eat well, eat healthy, maintain a good BMI, do this, do that. But it's not easy. But the major thing is, the little orange they can afford to buy with their 20 naira, the kind of nutrient they'll get from it, that is what is much more essential.
Now, the question I have for you is, aside from malnutrition and, the deficiency in growth, mental capabilities, IQ and all of that, what other implications, what are the other medical implications of hunger?
It's a lot. As little as they cannot even think properly if they are hungry. It starts from there. So you expect them to concentrate in school, you expect them to do well in school, and they cannot even think well. Some of them, they would rather, that's why, theft has become an issue, and everything is still linked to hunger. When they are hungry, they cannot even think. Not to talk of having a good balance at school.
And then he has this thing on them that they just want to get the food, and then that's where thefts come into play. Let's go back to you. We're talking about education and how the educational sector can be improved to help eradicate hunger. And you were talking about infrastructures being put in place. Do you think it's just infrastructures? Because I know here we once talked about how the curriculum should be changed. And where I think the educational system should focus more on developing skills than just giving us a curriculum where we are following the theoretical aspects, because I don't think that will help in eradicating hunger. Or what's your take on it?
Sincerely, I also do not know why this has been delayed up to this point.
Okay.
Because I expect that I can see a bit of it at the end of NYSC now, like towards this, I don't know what it's called. During our time, it was not the this side thing.
Yes.
You know, and it should be incorporated even right from the start. You know, identify what skill, you know, the child has, and begin to develop it in that line.
Yes.
Because most of the people you see out there, and most of us, it's not what we actually did in the
that we do now.
Exactly.
Yes.
A lot of people, you know, have been able to develop and find their passion in something else entirely, which if you know, identified earlier enough, they could have been better, much far better than it, and even it would even help the economy as well, because when you develop your what is inside you, the skill that is inside you, and it is help prone through this educational system. It helps. So you are coming out filled with skill, because even during interviews, you are asked, aside from your qualification, what skill do you have?
What skill?
Would you say the cost of treating, you know, the effects of hunger, malnutrition, and all of that is higher than the cost of providing food and jobs?
I don't think any supersedes the other.
Okay.
Then again, talking about most people, the underprivileged, it's not like they actually don't have enough to afford their basic meal. But the problem is, I think, okay, ignorance, that aside, and for the fact that they don't actually know how to live according to their means. Someone that has 500 naira, you will hear them, okay, let me say the younger ones, the guys, they'll tell you that, no, they'll rather have this drink because this drink will give them energy. Or they'll rather go to have, the day they're happy, when they have, okay, they have 1,000, for example, the day they're happy, they'll rather go to Shukra, buy amala and 4 meats. So, like, that's like a major problem.
Yes.
I already know that, okay, I have 500 naira, or in a week, I cannot spend more than 500 naira. That is what we are trying to teach them. With this little you have, try to maximize it. What can you do with it that you get the essential things that you need? So at times, it's not just about, I don't have money, I don't have money. They have these things, yes, but it might be very, very little. But how are they using it?
Okay. All right. Do you have
anything to add? I think the impact of malnutrition really, like I said, far outweighs any other thing that could come after. A country that has a lot of malnourished people, it's not until you are emancipated that you know you can still be looking but not nourished at all. So that is when you have quite a number of people who can't seem to make anything out of themselves, and you might be thinking this person is lazy, this person, but see, the brain is not developed enough to make anything, cannot add anything to the economy. So we have to, and other climes, they've, especially foreign NGOs who are trying to help this nutrition gap in Africa and Nigeria, they've been able to trace the problem, and they see that the problem of poverty in Africa can be traced to lack of nutrition or malnutrition or lack of. They believe the problem starts from the pregnancy, during when the mother during pregnancy, when the mother is not taking enough nutritious food, then it passes it on. The mother passes it on to the baby, and the baby comes out, then still continues. There is one case we are handling currently of a mother that takes bread once a day or gari, and is breastfeeding a baby. 2 of them malnourished. Check her page, you'll see them.
Sorry, aside that, she even started giving them the gari from about 2 months old.
Like
gari to proper drink. Food at the time when they are not even supposed to take it.
When it's supposed to be exclusive breastfeeding, she was already giving them gari.
Do you like the video you just watched? Then you should click on the like button and move over to click on the subscribe button. Also, you should click on the bell to get notified anytime we drop amazing episodes of Tea or Coffee for you. Adios.